Hello students, hope all of you are fine. In this video we will talk about the citric acid cycle. Let us now know about the citric acid cycle. The citric acid cycle, it is also known as the TCA cycle, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle or Krebs cycle. It is the most important metabolic pathway for energy supply to the body. About 65 to 70% of ATP is synthesized in this Krebs cycle. Citric acid cycle, it essentially involves the oxidation of acetyl coenzyme A to carbon dioxide and water. Now let us look into the history of citric acid cycle. It was first proposed by Hans Adolf Krebs in 1937 based on oxygen consumption in pigeon breast muscles, and for this he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1953. Now let us look into the definition of the citric acid cycle or the TCA cycle or the tricarboxylic acid cycle or the Krebs cycle. It essentially involves the oxidation of acetyl coenzyme A to carbon dioxide and water with the help of series of reactions and some very important enzymes. The location of the TCA cycle, it occurs in the mitochondrial matrix. Now before understanding the steps of the citric acid cycle, first let us know what this acetyl coenzyme A is and from where it has come from. So we know that pyruvate was the end product of glycolysis in aerobic condition. So this pyruvate is converted to acetyl coenzyme A. It occurs by oxidative decarboxylation, which is catalyzed by the enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase. This step is the central step as it links the glycolytic pathway and the TCA cycle. This acetyl coenzyme A, it is the substrate for TCA cycle and a precursor for the synthesis of fatty acids, ketone bodies and sterols. Now let us look into the location where the TCA cycle takes place in the mitochondria. Here in this picture you can see the interior part of the mitochondria. So here the blue color like material that you are seeing, it is the matrix, and this is where the citric acid cycle takes place. What is the purpose of TCA cycle? Why does it occur? So it mainly occurs for the conversion of acetyl coenzyme A to carbon dioxide and water. It also generates the reducing equivalents that are NADH plus H plus and FADH2 and GTP, which are oxidized in the respiratory chain to generate ATP. Now let us see the reactions involved in the citric acid cycle. The first step is the formation of citrate. The Krebs cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl coenzyme A and oxaloacetate catalyzed by the enzyme citrate synthase. In step 2 and 3, the citrate is isomerized to isocitrate by the enzyme aconitase. Two steps of these reactions are citrate is dehydrated to aconitrate. The number 2, the aconitrate is rehydrated to form isocitrate. The next step 4 and 5, here the formation of alpha ketoglutarate takes place. The enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase catalyzes the conversion of isocitrate to oxalosuccinate and then to alpha ketoglutarate. The formation of NADH and liberation of carbon dioxide occur at this stage. Now moving to step number 6, here the conversion of alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl coenzyme A takes place. It occurs through oxidative decarboxylation catalyzed by alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex. It requires the enzyme TPP, lipoamide, NAD plus, FAD and coenzyme A. At this stage of the TCA cycle, the second NADH is produced and second carbon dioxide is liberated. Now moving on to the step number 7, here the formation of succinate takes place. Succinyl coenzyme A is converted to succinate by succinate thiokinase. This reaction is coupled with phosphorylation of GDP to GTP. Now the step number 8, here the conversion of succinate to fumarate takes place. Succinate is oxidized by succinate dehydrogenase to fumarate. This reaction results in the production of FADH2 and not NADH. Now moving on to the step number 9. Here the formation of malate takes place. The enzyme fumarase catalyzes the conversion of fumarate to malate with the addition of water. Now the last step of citric acid cycle, step number 10. Here the conversion of malate to oxaloacetate takes place. Malate is oxidized to oxaloacetate by malate dehydrogenase. The third and the final synthesis of NADH occurs in this stage. The oxaloacetate is regenerated, which can combine with another molecule of acetyl coenzyme A and continue the cycle. Now let us see the energetics of TCA cycle. That means how many ATPs are produced during the TCA cycle. So number 1, oxidation of 3-NADH by ETC coupled with oxidative phosphorylation results in the synthesis of 9 ATP. That means 1 NADH, it produces 3 ATP in the electron transport chain by oxidative phosphorylation. So here 3 NADH are produced. That means it will produce 9 ATP during the ETC. Next, FADH leads to the formation of 2 ATP. So 1 FADH, it helps to produce 2 ATP during the ETC. Then 1 substrate level phosphorylation takes place. So when we calculate this, we get to know that a total of 12 ATP are produced from 1 acetyl coenzyme A in a citric acid cycle. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. Hope you have understood the citric acid cycle. I have tried my best to explain the citric acid cycle in the most simplest way. Hope it will help you. Thank you.